Well, I think it's just now we've got just a couple of minutes to reflect on, 2 days in the ESG kitchen and what we've been doing to spice up the G in ESG. I think we've had some fabulous insights from so many experts, chefs, and such great recipes that everyone has shared. I think it's been a couple of days where we really have had the opportunity to reflect very deeply about the role of the board and the way we disclose about the role of the board in driving organisations. And I personally believe this is a very, very important and upcoming area that has been a little left behind in sustainability disclosure so far, and I think it's going to move forward. And we heard a lot about love and passion excuse me, and culture as being really important ingredients in the way the board helps drive ESG and embeds it through the organisation. We've heard a lot about data and leadership and accountability and how the board plays a role in ensuring that happens consistently and constructively in organisations. We've heard a lot about climate change, surprise, net zero, no surprise there, and the role of boards in really not just making it happen and getting their organisations on board with that, or in the kitchen, I should say, but they need to understand it. There's a whole lot of confusion around what that all means, and boards really need to get in the climate scientists, get in the advisors, read the reports, hear the advice, so that they really understand when they're making a commitment what that actually requires them and their organisations to do. We've heard a bit about human rights. We've heard a lot about trust and the need for the board to be out there and to be visible and to be present as one of the ways of helping engender trust among all stakeholders. And I think one of the most interesting insights we had was in this last session from Judy was about the lack of our ability to predict. We all think, we know what's around the corner, but we really just don't. And if we've taken anything from this last session, it's about being able to have the tools in place, have the culture in place, have the structures in place that enable us to deal with whatever happens, when it hits us in the face. Those are my sort of takeouts, Chef Rajesh. Any other thoughts from you?
Yeah, so I think you covered lots of points, and my points are not very different. But I will start where we actually started. So we started by saying that we need to, the theme of this year's summit was spicing the G in ESG. So what has very clearly come out of this 2 days of deliberations and discussions is that there is an urgent need to spice up the G in ESG. So that was very clear. So how do you spice up the G? There are a few points which came out also very strongly. Put values, purpose, stewardship, culture back in the boardroom. That's important. Season the boardroom with diversity. Other than gender, intergenerational diversity is critical. That came out very strongly. Send the board of directors for ESG training to fill knowledge gaps. Hire a good CSO. Nobody said hire a good consultant, Chef Elaine, by the way. Private companies are the next frontier for governance. That's what we heard in the last panel, actually. And climate change is not the only hot topic for the boardroom. Supply chain is the other big issue that should be high on the board agenda. So decarbonization, or even if you talk about the SDGs, they cannot be achieved without an effective supply chain sustainability strategy. So I these are my, key nuggets that I learned over these 2 days, Elaine.
And all that spot on. But if we go back to this predictability thing, what do you predict, Chef Rajesh? Will we be opening up the kitchen in Singapore next year? Will we be there?
You know that I would love that. So let's hope that we will have a live barbecue and grill here in Singapore next year.
Wow, can't wait.
That will be so amazing. So we heard from all our speakers there. They are so much looking forward to come to Singapore and be here together, just like good old days. So that will happen. I'm very hopeful. We should all be hopeful, Elaine. And I think it's also time to thank our lovely audience and for their patience, their contributions, their questions. They're spending time with us yesterday and today, and also on before the summit for pre-summit workshops. And I think that they are absolutely amazing. So we are very thankful to them. Very thankful to all the speakers, panelists, and some of them woke up at 1 a.m., 4 a.m. in the morning, and some in Europe early in the morning. So I think that's absolutely amazing. We are very privileged, feel very lucky to have all of you such dedicated and supportive speakers and panelists. As I always repeat in every year's conference, this is not a commercial event. This is not a commercial venture. This is not our business. There are no sponsorships. So if you want to say, I should have started by saying that this, the 5th Asia Sustainability Reporting Summit, it is sponsored by nobody. In other words, it's sponsored by all of you. So all of you who come here to share your experience, speak, and all of you who attend and be here with us, I think you are our sponsors. So this is absolutely, this is not our business. We just love it. And as long as we keep getting your support, you being with us and you enjoy being with us, we will keep on doing this. So I pretty much look forward to the 6th Asia Sustainability Reporting Summit live here in Singapore, Elaine.
Absolutely. I just have one quick thing to add, which you actually also started out with yesterday, and that is, while we've been having all of these discussions and debates and questions, I mean, there's been 3 really important people working behind the scenes to make everything work seamlessly and smoothly, and videos and jingles and questions and technical issues. So really, thank you so much to Jane and to Sanji and to Anu for all of your behind the scenes work. We couldn't have done this and it couldn't have been such a seamless execution without your help and dedication. Thank you.
Absolutely. So everything special that you noticed this year is because of this behind the scene team. So wonderful job by everyone. A lot of hard work has gone into it. And thank you, Elaine, for your continued partnership and support. And with this, it's just nice. It's time to say bye until we meet again to everyone. So
bye-bye.
Bye,
and
everyone.
Have a great rest of your day.